Eddie, massive fight week in Birmingham. I mean, massive main event. Felix Cash finally challenging for the European title.
Yeah, it's a great card. I mean, I love the main event because I think for Felix, it's absolute must win. You know, at one stage he was on the verge of fighting for a world title. Great win over Denzel Bentley. Went off the rails, had a huge period of inactivity, 18 months, and it's going to be a very tough fight to come back into because, you know, coming into the backyard, Tyler Denny's a professional fighter, as in, you know, he goes about his work economically, professionally in the camp, and he'll be well prepared for this fight. And a lot of this is going to come down to, I think, the work of Adam Booth, not just in camp, but, you know, the mentality of Felix going into the fight. A very tough fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight and a good one. And Conor Walker against Lewis Crocker, brilliant fight. I mean, exactly the kind of fights that we should be seeing, and more than often you don't see, because Lewis Crocker goes, I'm not going to Birmingham to fight him, and Conor Walker goes, I'm on a run now, I'm not gambling against Lewis Crocker. So great fight. Love Shannon Ryan against Akhmadaliev. I think it's a tremendous fight. You know, although we lost Jordan Flynn, I like the Jeff Afori fight. You know, fair play to him for stepping up. And Akib Fairs against Kane Baker, Hamza Uddin, just a great night of boxing.
Definitely as well. I want to move on to Bob Arum's comments about Inoue Akhmadaliev as well, possibly fighting TJ Doheny instead. I mean, but MJ's in a great position regardless as well.
He is, but at the end of the day, like, MJ's already been world champion. He's been unified world champion. He's got no interest in becoming world champion again in meaningless fights. Like, what drives me mental about Bob Arum is he's a liar, right? I mean, the other day he was saying he didn't really know anything about Subriel Matias. I mean, he's boxed on top ranked cards. Bob watches every fight, right? I've never heard of Akhmadaliev. Come on, like, but let's be honest. And I feel bad because I like TJ Doheny. Someone tweeted me the other day, oh, TJ Doheny was a good fighter when he was with you. That was 5 years ago he got beat to Daniel Roman, right? 5 years ago. The only fight in the division that is competitive for Inoue is Akhmadaliev, right? So I'm appealing to Bob Arum, to Mr. Honda, to Naoya Inoue. Don't give us a mismatch, because I'm sorry, TJ Doheny against Naoya Inoue is a horrendous mismatch. Let's be honest. And TJ is a good fight. Like, he's a good fighter. He's been a world champion. Don't fucking lie to us. The only fight that's competitive is Akhmadaliev. He's the mandatory. Make the fight. And fight fans, you know, rather than just praising Naoya Inoue, who's an amazing fighter, don't take this bullshit. Please. Like, there's no excuse not to fight Akhmadaliev. It's a great fight. And Sam Goodman, and, you know, with all due respect, they can't beat him. And I'm not even saying that Akhmadaliev can beat him, but I'll tell you what, he's got a better chance than anybody, and he will give you a great fight.
Definitely is the best fight in the division as well. With all the massive fight cards, Eddie, I feel like I nearly forgot that Estrada versus Jesse Rodriguez is next week, but a massive fight card in Phoenix next week.
Yeah, great card. I mean, obviously everyone, you know, loves the fight with Estrada against Bam. You've also got Sonny Edwards against Curiel on that fight, which I think is a great fight. You've got Mercado against Ramla Ali, Cardenas in a great fight as well. It's a really, really good night of boxing. And of course, after that, you've got Johnny Fisher. We're nearly up to 6,000 at the Copper Box for Johnny Fisher against Babic. We're going to be sold out. It's going to be unbelievable. And then back to Philadelphia for Boots against Avenesyan, who looked very well here today, actually. So, yeah, it's a big run coming up, and really looking forward to Phoenix next week.
Eddie, has Jai Opetaia, obviously he's a fan favourite, obviously with the Riyadh season cards, massive show in September. Has an offer gone to Chris Billam-Smith for a potential unification?
Yeah, we'd like that. I mean, I think that His Excellency may look at the winner of Beterbiev against Bivol. You know, he's mentioned that before. But of course, Jai doesn't really want to just keep having involuntary defences. He wants to be in the unifications. I think if you're a champion, you're not going to really target Jai Opetaia. That's the problem. You're going to target, is it Mikhailanin, whatever his name, or Mikhailaev, WBC champ, and Chris Billam-Smith, who's done remarkably well, by the way. But, you know, they're going to look at Ramirez and all the easier options. So it's going to come down to money, really. If you're Chris Billam-Smith now, you're free rolling every fight. So you're looking at it and saying, right, where's the biggest payday? And if that can come from Jai Opetaia, I'm sure he'll take it.
Working with Billam-Smith before, obviously, and I think Zerdo might potentially be a free agent as well. Would the Chris Billam-Smith fight be the easiest one to make?
With Jai?
With Jai, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe Ramirez. But again, because it's Jai, they want a premium for fighting him. Do you know what I mean? Like, boxing's not a sport or a business where they go, No, I want to fight the best. They're going, I just want the most amount of money. Like, everyone's different, but Billam-Smith, rightfully, is saying, I just want the most amount of money I can get. And Unify, he's done amazing. Like, and he deserves that unification shot as well.
Would that Riyadh season not be that premium?
Probably, but it's what his perception is of what is a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? So we'll have to see.
Perfect. Cheers, Eddie.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.